Hello, everybody. Tea, yum. I hope tonight finds you well and that you're ready for another shot in the arm for sending out the light to blanket our country and our planet, to allow our country and our planet. Oops, that wasn't supposed to happen. Gotta love the boo-boos. But hey, at least you know it's live and not on Memorex. Isn't that the way that thing went? I don't remember. Anyway, so this is the 12th night for doing the silent minute. My goal for this is that we share it out and we invite our friends, regardless of fears and beliefs and politico whatever and religious whatever, because we have one planet. And unless we've got a ship coming in to take us off this planet, we need to make the best we can of her and for her and for each other. I really love the whole history of the silent minute, and I repeat this in some form or another each night, sometimes the whole of it and sometimes just a couple words here and there. And if this is your first time being here, thank you for coming. I appreciate you greatly. Please give me a thumbs up, and if you've got anybody that you would like to have sit in and join on holding hands and sending the love out, placing our intent for peace, for security, safety, goodwill, and the willingness to do good. Hi, Mindy. Welcome, welcome. I get to see you, sorta. So let me see. Windows decided to, when I wasn't expecting it, which is typical of Windows, update itself. So it closed everything I had open for tonight. Excuse me. How are you doing, Soul? Are you okay, or are you just kind of on the sleepy side? I will take a quick moment to look for, if you can spell, where have you gone? So what we are doing is harnessing the power of cooperation. At 9 o'clock or somewhere in that moment, we try to take the moment to be silent, to be open our hearts, that that we can affect change. You have the Maharishi effect, which was back in the 70s. There's been over 50 studies done on it, where they've shown in cities where they had just 1% doing a nightly meditation. And the Maharishi effect is based on the transcendental meditation of the Maharishi. But meditation as a whole affects change when we deal with frequencies and intent and emotion. We may think with our head, but no matter how hard we concentrate on something, if we're not feeling it, if we're not holding it in our hearts, it gets little oomph. Your heart produces 1,000 times more electromagnetic energy than the brain does. That's why it's crucial to feel. I've said in previous live streams that if you cannot generate a loving, hopeful feeling just out of the top of your head, that you can hitchhike it onto something that every time you think about it, it makes you smile and it fills your heart up. So for mothers and fathers, it might be holding their firstborn or their child, or seeing that child that you're working with that is not of your own flesh and blood, but seeing them accomplish a milestone. And you're so full of joy, and that love radiates. They have a machine, I'm trying to think of the name. It can read brainwave frequencies. So you have beta, alpha, theta, delta. You also have gamma. But it can read it without you having to be inside like an MRI. They don't have to do the electrodes on the head. They can just point this at you from across the room and see what your brainwaves are doing. Technology has leaped forward in so many ways, and in other ways I think it's done us a disservice, because everybody is dumbed down by this and can't remember the phone numbers that we could remember an entire phone book, and now can't even remember our own number half the time. So I digress. Holding that loving thought in your heart, that feeling, that sensation, and smiling a little. Doesn't have to be a huge smile, just a little bit, while you are thinking of peace, of love, of safety, of joy, of comfort. Kindness, mercy, goodwill, and the willingness to do good. Think of it kind of like being wrapped up in a blanket, all nice and cozy with a cup of piping hot chocolate. It's comforting and soothing. So that's what we're going to do this evening. And then I'd like to read 2 things to you at the end of our silent minute, which usually takes about 3 minutes, maybe 4. Go with the flow as your mood, your intuition, your heart, your mind, whatever. Pick something, but as you feel compelled and moved to do. So I ask you to close your eyes for a moment and just exhale whatever you're holding on to, and then slowly inhale and find that space. If you're back Thank you, North. Nice to see you. Hey, sweet Annie. Yes, you're adorable. So, I wanted to read this poem that I found the other day. Let me figure out where I hid it, because I hide things from myself. Every moment is an adventure. Okay, so I read this last night. Excuse me. It's written by Sherry Eckert, stating a new way of thinking, and it's called That One. Be that one who forgives when deep offense has been committed, that one who loves when no one else does, that one who gives kindness to those who are mean. Be that one who looks past the insults, instead seeing the pain that motivated it, that one who shines light upon those who sit in utter darkness, because the impact of being that one runs far and wide. It brings healing to the wounded, joy to the sad, and hope to those in despair. Be that one. I'm going to send that off to anybody that wants to give me their email address. Hello, my dear. Glad to see you, Angela. I love you, I love you, I love you. I'm still trying to find stuff that Windows decided to erase from my screen. I'm not at all happy about Windows, but that's just another, one of those them bar things. Okay, that's not it. Well, as you can see underneath the little banner thing, here's the gist. In 1940, the UK was experiencing the Nazi Blitz. The Great Britain was under constant attack. They had the air raids, and people were living in a state of fear. A gentleman named Major Wellesley Tudor Pole had, I'm going to say, been tasked in a way with this idea. And I'll tell you where the idea came from, but that in a moment. So he had this presence of mind. There is no power on earth that can withstand the united cooperation on spiritual levels of men and women of goodwill everywhere. It is for this reason that the continued and widespread observance of the silent minute is of such vital importance in the interest of human welfare. Big Ben had been silenced during the war. The Nazis were doing their nightly attacks. People were scrambling for air raid shelters and hiding in under beds and anywhere that they could find safety. With the support of King George and Winston Churchill, along with his cabinet, in cooperation with the BBC, started to air Big Ben's bells, ringing about a minute before 9. And that was the signal for everybody to stop, regardless of where they were at, what they were doing, and observe this silent minute. When asked in 1945 by intelligence officers to a high-ranking Nazi official what he thought was the one thing that he could put his finger on that was a turn in the war for them, that made them ultimately lose. And he said that you had a secret weapon, one that we could neither understand nor decipher. I'm paraphrasing. And it seemed to begin with the ringing of Big Ben's bells. I believe you called that the silent minute. So even the Nazis attributed the turn in the wind, the favor for Great Britain to be safe for all the people, whether they were on land and sea, in the middle of the battlefields, hospitals, their bunkers and fallout shelters. They heard that message and they stopped. And as one solid voice with one intent for peace to fill the hearts of every man, woman, and child. This single act has been attributed by many to be that turning factor. And I was so enamored by it. That's why I started doing this every night. 10 minutes before 9, and then a few minutes after. If you have any questions, if you'd like to know more, let me know in the chat. I'm happy to answer questions and just send lots of love to you. I love seeing all the love in the chat. Please don't forget to thumbs up. Oh, I know, I was going to read that to you. Let me see if I can find it, since I still have not found it because Facebook, or not Facebook, but anyway, I will ramble again. Aha, I found it. Just had to use the right words. So, the origins of the silent minute. Back around early December of 1917, in the mountains around Jerusalem, a young British officer named Wellesley Tudor Pole and another British officer were discussing the war and what they could foresee would be the aftermath after all was said and done. It was on the eve of another battle when the other young officer realized that his days on earth were to be shortened. And he said that I shall not come through this struggle, and like millions of other men in this war, it will be my destiny to go on now. But you, in speaking to Pole, will survive and live to see a greater and more vital conflict fought out in every continent and ocean and in the air. When that time comes, remember us. We shall long to play our part wherever we may be. Give us the opportunity to do so, for that war for us will be a righteous war. We shall not fight with material weapons then, but we can help you if you will let us. We shall be an unseen but mighty army. Give us the chance to pull our weight. You will still have time available as your servant. Lend us a moment of it each day, and through your silence, give us an opportunity. The power of silence is greater than you know. When those tragic days arrive, do not forget us. And it was the next day that the young officer who spoke these words was killed. But two, Wellesley Tudor Pole was also severely wounded. But the interesting thing was his wounds bore no, other than appearance, bore no actual injuries. It went cleanly through, no arteries, no vascular system destroyed, no organs, no bones, no tendons. It was just the perfect spot right on through. They were very surprised about that, needless to say. So this minute that we just observed was observed then in 1940 on land, sea, and air, on the battlefields, in air raid shelters, hospitals, and prison camps. It cut across all social boundaries. While we take this moment, and hopefully with others who are also taking their moment, we are effectively joining our hands and seeking to blanket the country and any country that's in turmoil. We're blanketing it with hope, with love, and I would like to say protection. Hey, OG, it's good to see you. But on that note, I'm going to bid everybody a wonderful and blessed night. And I thank you for being here. I give you great, big, huge huggles, lots of kisses and love, as I have dog behind me snoring away. The word according to Walter. So if you like, I hope to see you guys again tomorrow night. Same bat time, same bat channel, about 8:50. And peace to everybody. Love you, Mindy. Bye.